I want to talk about some things from yesterday, but not the quiz itself yet. Obviously I wasn't around you guys. How did you guys like the quiz or like doing the quiz that way?
I loved doing it that way because I learned a lot.
My
Teachers, please excuse the interruption, but we have a bit of a backlog with the pictures this morning, so if you would please admit students according to the schedule that are coming back tardy to second period. Also, you may want to wait 10 or 15 minutes before taking attendance because there's so many. We're not going to be able to run these through attendance according to our normal procedure. So again, please admit those students coming back. It's primarily last names, GHIJ, that group that was in that last segment of first period. Thank you very much.
I set it up for you guys because you guys weren't going to be here to do it that way. But then my fourth period, I knew I'd have some, but I ended up having the majority of my class here, and I really, really, really liked it. It was hard for me sitting there listening to them talk and not interjecting. But like they did really, really, really well with it. Like they kind of did breakout groups, and like they had already done it on their own. Then they got together in groups, and they actually went together and did a lot of it at the very end together as a whole too. And anytime they got to something where different people had different answers, then they had like really good conversations about it.
Did they do it in one classroom?
A lot of them had already done most of it. So then they got together, and then they got together in groups, and then that one versus a different quiz. Benefits are it's graded immediately. That's huge. I can cover a lot more topics than I can cover in a quiz, a regular in-class quiz. There are 47 questions worth point values on that test, on the quiz. A lot of more quick questions, but I can cover everything, whereas if I do an in-class quiz, I have to like pick. So I like that. Downfalls would be, well, I know what's going to happen either way. Like some people are going to get a good grade that didn't do anything. Like I get that. But in the good conversations, I think that the bulk of the class are going to get a lot of benefit from the good conversations and get a lot out of the material. Grade-wise, I don't care. That bottom group who's just going to slide their way by, they're going to slide their way by either way. So I think I like that. It kind of depends on the topic that we're on of whether or not it even makes sense to be able to do it. But I really like that a lot more than I thought it would. I thought there was something else I was going to say with downfalls. Oh, showing your work. I don't get to check you showing your work until the test, and that makes me a little nervous. So I'm probably going to hit on that a little bit more than I usually do. Things about it. The questions at the end, obviously what was the answer with what kind of bias was there going to be? Response bias. I get that. That's the nature of that kind of thing. The first like two people that turned it in, I was making sure everything was okay after 2 adjustments. And I was looking through their answers when they turned it in. And after that, I actually didn't look at your answers with your name in that last section. I hadn't necessarily planned on doing it that way, but I haven't connected any of you to any of the answers you put on those last problems unless you were, I think, one of the first 2 people turned it in. So I've got some comments to make about that. I don't know who said these things, so if I'm looking at you, it's not for any reason. Okay, so you guys told me a lot of helpful things out of the second part. Just as far as like the way I'm doing things. Now, I have flaws that I know are my flaws that you guys pointed out, and I'm going to try to do better with that. My handwriting, there's only so much I can do. I just have terrible handwriting. But a lot of the things that you guys said were like fixable things. What I want to start with is making a point about why I do stuff online. You can get college credit for this class. We all know that. So we teach this more like a college class. So up until last year, 2 years ago, whenever COVID started, we purposely put absolutely nothing online. Not a homework assignment, not an answer key, maybe an answer key for like a test review. That's about it. No notes, no anything. So if you miss, like you miss in a college class, you got to figure it out. You need to go to somebody else, get the notes, then come talk to your teacher. So missing is not a good thing, like just like a college class. The reason we obviously started changing it is because of COVID. And then some of the things that I had to change because of COVID, I've kind of liked. Obviously, there still have to be absences now that have to be addressed, that people are going to be absent for a while, and I have to account for them. So I'm still doing it for that. But also, from my perspective of taking online classes, there are things that I have really liked that I wanted to carry over. So, like, the reason I put stuff online is obviously for people who have to miss, but it's also for people who really would benefit from going back and watching again. Like, that's more to me who I'm including at this point. I try to set it up as, I hate Google Classroom. I hate posts on Google Classroom. It is a hot mess to me. It is this jumbled thing that you have to go through, and I hate using it. And that's why I haven't used it at all. But some people have made some comments about posting some things to the stream, such as a test coming up, a quiz coming up. And I think that is a good idea, and I think that is something I'm going to try to do a little bit more. I posted this morning that as of right now, your next test is going to be Monday, October 4th. I think little bits like that are helpful to see on the stream, and I totally agree with that, and I want to start doing that better. Some people also said posting a Google Classroom assignment so we know what's due or that we've done everything. I'm not going to do that. You're not in preschool. I don't have to tell you what your assignment is. If you can't be reminded to not do it, then you should have been in this class. So I'm going to be a little harsh on some of them. But I won't do that just for that reason. But I think there are definitely things I need to post on Google Classroom that I haven't been. And I don't mind doing that. Trying to think through the things that were addressed. My video is being posted in whole or versus pieces. So I try to do it in pieces so that if you struggled on a topic, it is easy for you to go back and find that topic. And I'm hoping that's the way that works. Now, there are going to be things that I do when I talk in class that get missed in between videos because of that, which is unfortunate, but I try to do my best not to do that. That's just kind of one of those things. But I think that's still a benefit over recording the whole class and posting it. And most of y'all said you liked it in pieces. One good benefit or one good thing that you guys said that I thought I was doing better about, and apparently I'm not, is when I say things like right here or with this, and in the video you can't see that. And I thought I was doing a better job with like doing it with my mouse. And either you can't see that, which I didn't really think about, or I'm not doing that. So I think I need to start going like, what does this mean? And stuff like that. And I totally agree. And I did not realize I wasn't doing a very good job with that. So that's very helpful. Y'all talked about when students respond, maybe the video can't hear. I, again, thought I was doing a little bit better with that, but apparently I'm not. I'll try to do better with that one. Some people say I have issues or I'm struggling, but I'm afraid to stop you. Please don't be afraid to stop me. Like, stop me, and I don't care how many people are in this room. Stop me wherever you are and ask me a question. That's one issue that I have with this class is I don't think y'all do that enough. Like, stop me when you have a question. Another thing that I had a couple people say is I wish you would post a copy of the handouts we get in class so that we had them for at home. And I do. And maybe y'all didn't see that. So I want to show you to make sure that y'all see where that is. So like today, I just gave you a handout and I put it right here. Oh wait, that's not today, but I put it right here before I do the links for the videos. And maybe I just never said that and people overlooked that. But anything I give you in class as a handout, I also post online. The printout itself. And apparently people did not catch on to that. Somebody said something, posting homework on time. There have been a couple times where I've waited on the homework and posted it later, and that is not fair, and I do understand that, and I'm very sorry. If I haven't, it's because someone is in here in my class, and I'm literally helping them, and as soon as they leave, then I post it. And I know it's only happened a couple times, and I know people who even mentioned it said it's only happened a couple times. But also, I've started immediately when I assign the homework, taking pictures so that I have a flip chart ready for the next day with the pictures of the problems. And I think from what you guys said, it might be helpful for me to post a link of the pictures to the assignments because people are like, I'm at work and I don't have my book. And I didn't know I needed my book. She didn't post it in time. So I might try to start doing that. They might not be great pictures, but that way, if you're somewhere else and you want to do the homework, I'm hoping that helps a little bit. So that was a really good thing for you guys to say. A lot of people talked about something with like an answer key to notes. I don't like posting an answer key physically to notes because I go kind of all over the place as far as what I want to write. But I think tying that in with one of the other things I heard a lot is me not choosing to write out answers all the way or me like shorthanding and stopping. And I think it sounds like I need to write out things better that sometimes I say and just say, keep going. So instead of printing an answer key, I think I need to and will start writing them out better and in full, like in the notes themselves. And I think that'll address that same issue. I'm always here before school. I'm always here after school. You have second period. Staying for 5 minutes once a week, twice a week, once a month makes a huge, huge difference when you're like, I had no idea what that meant. And stay and ask me a couple questions about it. And by the time you leave and go home, you feel a whole lot better than you did 5 minutes ago. Please, 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 please do that. Another one that happened a lot is, like I said, all over the place. I am terrible about being all over the place with my notes. I heard a lot of comments about it's really hard when I'm going back and forth between printouts and handwritten. I get that. And I think I'm doing it more than I realized. I'm going to try to do better. I redid today to where I'm trying to do better. There end up getting to points where we handwrite an entire problem, so there's no reason to do it on a printout. But until then, I think you guys are right. I should do a better job about that because I get how it's hard to keep it together. Writing answer. Okay, the last one. I don't know who wrote the comments. I'm not connecting any of you to any of the comments. I am posting things online to help you, right? I had someone say, when I am absent from class, it's a lot to go back and watch the whole class. So can you put it into smaller pieces so that I only have to watch the important things? And I wanted to throw my computer across the room. No, come to class. I don't know what else to tell you. It's there for people who need to go back and watch stuff. That's why it's in pieces. If you choose to miss, no, I'm not bending over backwards to make it easier on you. And that was just one person. I have no idea who it was. But that's the only comment that got me. Because I was like, maybe they just don't get it. But whatever. Okay. Off on my tangents. Any questions about anything that I just said? That, like, I started to mention something, and you're like, well, I also wanted you to do this or something. Okay.